Hello and welcome everyone. You're watching a wrap of the day's biggest stories on Nightline. I'm Shivani Gupta. Let's take a look at the top stories. Narendra Modi sparks a massive political row. The analogy of a puppy in his clarification over the 2002 Gujarat riots has political parties fuming.
कुत्ते का बच्चा भी अगर कार के नीचे आ जाता है तो हमें पेन फील होता है कि नहीं? होता है। मैं अगर मुख्यमंत्री हूं या नहीं हूं, मैं एक इंसान हूं, कहीं पर भी कुछ बुरा होगा तो दुख होना बहुत स्वाभाविक।
जो कुत्ते के बच्चे की उसने बात कही है, कुत्ते के बच्चे के ऊपर तो तुझे अफसोस हो सकता है, और मुसलमानों का इतना कत्लेआम हुआ उसके ऊपर कोई वो नहीं हो सकता।
BJP defends its prime ministerial candidate, says the Gujarat chief minister's comment has been blown out of proportion.
Story by Reuters in full, and we can say this is a complete misinterpretation and unfortunate interpretation.
6 cases of crimes against women reported from Uttar Pradesh in the last 4 days, but they don't seem to be grave enough for the chief minister to cut short his vacation in America.
दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है, 21 करोड़ की आबादी में घटनाएं तो हो रही हैं, और ऐसा कोई राज्य नहीं जहां घटनाएं न हो। दिल्ली जहां सबसे कम आबादी, वहां भी रोज कोई ना कोई घटना हमको पढ़ने को मिलती है, लेकिन देखना हमारी सरकार पर किस तरीके से रिएक्ट करती है।
She was first gang raped and then set on fire in UP's Etawah district, but the state's top cop plays down the incident, says the 20-year-old college student immolated herself.
वो रेप की घटना नहीं लग रही है, घटना कुछ डिफरेंट टाइप की है। वो लड़का और लड़की जो है वो शादी करना चाहते थे।
Adding to UP's Hall of Shame is this shocking incident from Saharanpur, where a national level sprinter was molested by 5 men who then attempted to run the athlete over.
भी उसने मेरा हाथ खींचने की कोशिश की तो मैंने झटके से हाथ छुड़ा लिया और बाहर की तरफ आ गई। उसने खिड़की खोल के मुझे पूरी तेज का धक्का दिया। उसने फिर मेरी तरफ बहुत देर तक गाड़ी चढ़ाता रहा, तकरीबन ऐसे 40-50 मीटर तक मैं गाड़ी के नीचे चलती रही।
The Congress core group fails to break the deadlock on the simmering Telangana issue. As a great divide emerges within, the party lobs the ball onto the CWC to take the final call. Chandi takes on the opposition over the solar scam, but his talks within the Congress appear to be going down. Party brass upset. PCC chief says UDF image has been hit. And the villain of the millennium, the bad man with a golden heart, Pran, dies at the age of 93. It's rare that Narendra Modi says something and it doesn't snowball into a controversy. But of late, keeping his eye on the 2014 elections, the Gujarat chief minister has been more measured in his words. Until now, that is. Modi gave his first interview post his Goa elevation to news agency Reuters. Not surprisingly, he was questioned about his reaction to the 2002 Gujarat riots and his image of a Hindutva poster boy. His response has started a political fire.
I am a born Hindu, nothing is wrong. So I am a Hindu nationalist, so you can say yes, I am a Hindu nationalist.
If you thought that this unapologetic reiteration of his identity as a Hindu nationalist by Narendra Modi would stir a hornet nest, you're wrong. What really has stirred a massive controversy is Modi's response to a question about whether he harbors regret over the 2002 carnage.
कोई भी व्यक्ति, हम अगर कार चला रहे हैं, अब वी आर अ ड्राइवर और कोई ड्राइव कर रहा है और हम पीछे बैठे, फिर भी एक छोटा कुत्ते का बच्चा भी अगर कार के नीचे आ जाता है तो हमें पेन फील होता है कि नहीं? होता है। मैं अगर मुख्यमंत्री हूं या नहीं हूं, मैं एक इंसान हूं, कहीं पर भी कुछ बुरा होगा तो दुख होना बहुत स्वाभाविक है।
A virtual dogfight has broken out over Modi's comment, with many bristling over what they perceive as an insult.
हजारों लोगों की जाने गई और जो तुलना का प्रयोग नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने किया उसकी हम घोर निंदा करते हैं। सभ्य भारत के अंदर इस प्रकार की तुलना की कोई जगह नहीं है।
मोदी के जो भी कमेंट्स हैं वो बहुत ही खराब, बहुत ही खतरनाक और बहुत ही ह्यूमिलिएटिंग है, इंसल्टिंग है, और उनको जितनी जल्दी हो इन कमेंट्स के ऊपर माफी मांग लेना चाहिए, वरना इसके जो असर होंगे बहुत बुरे होंगे।
ये आदमी रोगी दिमाग का आदमी हमको लगता है। मैं भी हिंदू हूं और हिंदू होने के नाते मैं कभी शर्मिंदा नहीं हूं, लेकिन हमको नहीं लगता है कि इस देश में ये घोषित करने की जरूरत है कि मैं हिंदू हूं और हिंदू होने पर मुझे गर्व है।
There is a way you see of trying to run away from the responsibility that he was the chief minister of the state, you see, where the riots took place. What do they mean by it? He was an innocent, you see, passenger on a car, driven by somebody else. Who was driving the car? The chief minister sits in a car and he doesn't know who the driver is. This cannot, you see, absolve him of the responsibility.
However, Modi's party staunchly defends him, targeting Modi's detractors for a needless and inaccurate interpretation.
We have read the interview, we have read the story by Reuters in full, and we can say this is a complete misinterpretation, an unfortunate interpretation, leading to unwanted raking up of a controversy where it doesn't exist.
In the run after the 2014 elections, Narendra Modi has tried to project himself as an inclusive, development-oriented figure. His numerous business meetings and meetings with foreign dignitaries too have served to underline his attempt to grow beyond just Gujarat. But if there is one issue that continues to mar his image, it is the ghost of Godhra. Will this interview cause further unease for the fence-sitters among the voters?
Overall opinion is divided on the real import of Modi's interviews. But as far as his political opponents are concerned, they believe that it just underlines the kind of divisive and polarizing figure that Narendra Modi is. With Bureau Inputs, this is Javed Ansari in New Delhi for Headlines Today.
And the Gujarat Chief Minister has reacted over the furore on his puppy remark. Modi tweeted, and I quote, "In our culture, every form of life is valued and worshipped. People are the best judge." Let's also listen in to what he said in that interview.
I am a nationalist. I am a patriotic. Nothing is wrong. I am a born Hindu. Nothing is wrong. So I am a Hindu nationalist. So you can say yes, I am a Hindu nationalist because I am a born Hindu. I am a patriotic. So nothing is wrong in it. As far as progressive, development oriented, workaholic, whatever they say, this is what they say. So there is no contradiction between two. लोगों को आलोचना करने का अधिकार है। वी आर अ डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री। हर एक का अपना एक व्यू होता है। मुझे गिल्टी तब होगा कि मैंने कुछ गलत किया होगा। फ्रस्ट्रेशन तब आएगा कि यार मैं पकड़ा गया, मैं चोरी कर रहा था और पकड़ा गया। मेरा केस वो नहीं है। कोई भी व्यक्ति, हम अगर कार चला रहे हैं, अब वी आर अ ड्राइवर और कोई ड्राइव कर रहा है और हम पीछे बैठे, फिर भी एक छोटा कुत्ते का बच्चा भी अगर कार के नीचे आ जाता है तो हमें पेन फील होता है? नहीं होता है। मैं अगर मुख्यमंत्री हूं या नहीं हूं, मैं एक इंसान हूं, कहीं पर भी कुछ बुरा होगा तो दुख होना बहुत स्वाभाविक है। मेरी लाइफ का फिलॉसफी है और मैं उसको फॉलो करता हूं। मैं कभी भी कुछ बनने के सपने नहीं देखता हूं, मैं कुछ न कुछ करने के सपने देखता हूं।
Modi's remarks, though, have sparked off a fight between the BJP and the Congress almost instantaneously. While the BJP says their campaign chief's words have been typically twisted, the Congress says this is the real Modi.
उन्हें न हिंदू के मरने की तकलीफ है, न मुसलमान के मरने की तकलीफ है। उनका खुद ही कहना है कि कुत्ते का बच्चा भी मारा जाता है तो इंसान को तकलीफ होती है। क्या वो खुद को अपने आप को इंसान नहीं मानते?
उस वक्तव्य को किस तरीके से तोड़ा मरोड़ा जा रहा है,
उसको हम आज की तारीख में सेक्युलर नहीं बल्कि सिक्युलर मानसिकता है, एक बीमार मानसिकता है उन लोगों के द्वारा जिन्होंने इस देश को ही बीमारू देश बना दिया है।
दर्द उसको होता है जो गाड़ी में पीछे बैठ के ड्राइवर को कहता है कि तुम हिफाजत से चलो, कहीं ऐसा ना हो कोई ऐसा हादसा हो जाए कि किसी की मौत हो जाए। ये जब मुख्यमंत्री थे गुजरात के, इन्होंने कौन सी हिफाजत दिखाई?
मुझे लगता है कांग्रेस वालों को मोदी जी का इतना भय हो गया है कि वो कुछ भी कहते हैं उसकी वो और दूसरी ओर से क्रिटिसाइज उसको करना शुरू कर देते हैं। आलोचना करने की कांग्रेस को आदत पड़ गई है।
Meanwhile, the story ironically elbowed to the side by the Modi interview was a Telangana tangle. But we told you this morning that the Congress core group wasn't headed towards a decision, and we were right. It failed to hammer out a consensus on the statehood issue. They held a brainstorming session, but the party remains split wide open. The Congress Working Committee has been handed the task now of evolving a decision. Earlier, the Prime Minister also held one-on-one meetings with Andhra leaders. There was no dramatic announcement after several hours of deliberations, and the party has now lobbed the ball in Sonia's court. The official line was that the Congress Working Committee will take the final call. Now, even if the Congress takes the bold step on statehood, the matter will go to the UK Coordination Committee. Then the Cabinet will take a call. The State Assembly will then have to pass a resolution, which will be the most difficult hurdle. Then it will need the approval of both houses of parliament, so at least 200 days to go if a decision is taken now. Let's go across to my colleague Shivaru for more details.
The core committee meeting on Friday is expected to take a decisive step forward. It has two options really on the table. Option one, divide Andhra Pradesh with Hyderabad to remain the joint capital for a period between 5 to 10 years. Option number two, creating Rayala Telangana instead of just Telangana is also strongly under consideration. This would mean dividing Rayalaseema region of 4 districts into 2, with Kurnool and Anantapur going with Telangana. This would mean both states will have 21 Lok Sabha seats and 147 assembly seats each.
Let's also listen to what Congress's Andhra in charge Digvijay Singh had to say.
The Congress party has held widest consultations with all political parties, with all leaders, and finally the core group has now met the Chief Minister, the Deputy Chief Minister and the PCC President to take a final view, and therefore now the Congress party shall take a decision, call the working committee and will take a decision.
Andhra Chief Minister Kiran Kumar Reddy meanwhile put up a valiant argument against the creation of statehood. He said a bifurcation will lead to water wars as Andhra depends on Maharashtra and Karnataka for water. He also said statehood will rejuvenate the MIM and the BJP, both parties which right now have a small presence. KKR also said Telangana could trigger the rise of Naxalism, a menace which was practically wiped out in Andhra. He also made a case for Rayalaseema and Simandra as both areas are power deficit. The CM also believes that MPs from and MLAs from Rayalaseema and Simandra will resign and join Jagan Mohan Reddy and hit the Congress's ready vote bank. For nearly a month, Kerala Chief Minister Oommen Chandy has clung to power, hoping the solar panel scam will just go away. But it just isn't. The solar heat is rising. The latest twist is an internal Congress report that blames Chandy for mishandling the crisis. Will the party continue to defend Chandy, or is he about to run out of luck? Praveen Kumar reports.
The solar heat is rising, and so are the troubles of Kerala Chief Minister Oommen Chandy. Now an internal report in the Congress sent by its state chief to the All India Congress Committee blames him for the raging political crisis in the state. Headlines Today has accessed exclusive details of the report, and it says that the Chief Minister failed to control his personal staff, who were like his shadow, and allowed kingpins free access to his office. It adds that the UDF government cut a poor figure, with the Chief Minister and Home Minister speaking in different voices. and that the Chief Minister didn't help matters by changing his versions regarding the meeting with masterminds again and again. But here's the clincher. It says in no uncertain terms that the party's image has taken a huge beating and that the crisis will impact its performance in the 2014 election.
No, it was affected the government in Kerala, no doubt about it. But our effort is to explain the people the reality. See that yes, he himself has admitted that certain flaws has been occurred in his office, and 3 of the people were suspended. One is already in the jail. So this happened once, and corrective steps will be taken in future.
The report also blames the Home Minister's office for leaking out the call details to the media. Congress infighting in the state has clearly exploded, even as the CM tries to bail himself out by daring the left, which has now spoiled his attempts to buy time by constituting a technical committee to retrieve the CCTV footages and by clinging on to their demand for a judicial probe and his resignation.
But Chandy's latest gamble of trying to form a panel to probe CCTV footage from his office about his meeting with the scam masterminds isn't working. The left refuses to take the bait of joining the panel and has trashed the move as an eyewash.
ജുഡീഷ്യൽ അന്വേഷണമാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടത്. അതാകെ കൂടി ഒരു CCTV ചുരുക്കാൻ നോക്കണ്ട, ഒതുക്കാനും നോക്കണ്ട. അതിനോട് യോജിക്കാനും ഞങ്ങൾക്കറിയാം. ജുഡീഷ്യൽ അന്വേഷണമാണ് ഈ കാര്യത്തിൽ ആവശ്യം.
Add to that the relentless accusations of businessman Sridharan Nair, the man duped by the con couple.
എന്നോട് നേരത്തെ പറയുന്നുണ്ട് എനിക്ക് സിഎമ്മിന്റെ ഓഫീസുമായിട്ട് ഓൾറെഡി പോകണം. അത് അവിടെ എത്തുമ്പോൾ സാറിന് എന്നെ പറ്റിയുള്ള ക്രെഡിബിലിറ്റി മനസ്സിലാവും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഈ കമ്പനിയെ പറ്റിയുള്ള വിശ്വാസത്തെ സാറിന് വരും. ഈ കമ്പനി വളരെ ക്ലോസ് ആണ്, അത്രേ പറയുന്നുള്ളൂ.
Chandy has often proved himself to be a master tactician behind many a successful battle that the state congress has fought, be it between the party's own factions or against political rivals. But now there are signs of fissures deepening within the party, and the Congress is being forced to weigh the political cost of defending Chandy. With Praveen Kumar in Thiruvananthapuram, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
6 cases of crime against women and children in less than 96 hours, and all in the state of Uttar Pradesh, each one more heinous than the other. What will anger you most is the lack of sensitivity from the state government, the state politicians, and even the police.
A college student gang raped and set ablaze in Etawah. Another girl raped in Pratapgarh, her tongue cut off in an attempt to muzzle her. An MBBS student allegedly raped and then pushed from a college hostel's roof in Muradabad. A 4-year-old child raped, brutally mutilated and killed in Lucknow. An athlete molested in Saharanpur, and when a bid to abduct her failed, she was run over. In Akhilesh's state, the top cop blames the Etawah victim, claiming that she set herself on fire. The top cop's claim is strongly refuted by the victim's family.
वो रेप की घटना नहीं लग रही है, फिर उस लड़की ने वहाँ पे जो है वो आग लगा लिया, उसे हॉस्पिटल ले जाया गया, फिर ये लड़की वाले आए और लड़के वालों के घरों में आग लगा दी.
रात भर रखा, फरमान ने उल्टा सीधा काम करा, उनके बाप ने, पप्पू ने और उनके शकील ने, फूफा ने सुबह आग लगा दी मट्टी का तेल डाल के.
Crime against women is on the rise both in the CM's home district and in the rest of his state. Rapists seem to be getting more and more fearless, killing and brutalizing their victims beyond recognition in a bid to erase evidence.
Parents of the 19-year-old victim claim to have been threatened to settle the matter out of court. This after their daughter's tongue was slashed to prevent her testimony.
लाल जी ने धमकी दिया कि ऐसा है कि इसमें थोड़ा समझौता कर लो. हम बोले कि देखिए समझौता नहीं कर पाएंगे, इसलिए ये मामला कोर्ट में है, जो कुछ करेगा कोर्ट करेगा.
Mystery shrouds the death of first-year MBBS student who was found dead in her hostel on July 6th. Her parents allege that the college authorities are directly involved in their daughter's rape and murder. Backing them is Aam Aadmi Party, demanding a CBI probe into the case.
इन्होंने केवल इतना कहना चालू किया कि उस कॉलेज के मालिक का बेटा इन्वॉल्व है. जैसे उन्होंने ये कहना चालू किया, तुरंत मुलायम सिंह जी इनको चुप करा दिया. तब इन्होंने कहा जी मेरे को भी मार दो, जैसे मेरी बेटी को मारा मेरे को भी मार डालो. बस उसके बाद वो उठ के चलेगा. उन्होंने कहा जांच कराएंगे.
An 18-year-old national level sprinter allegedly molested by 5 men in Saharanpur.
The men later tried to run her over, leaving her seriously injured.
मैं भी अपनी जान बचाने के लिए इधर-उधर दौड़ रही थी तो एक लड़के ने बदतमीजी करते हुए मेरी कमर पे हाथ मारा पीछे से और मेरा हाथ पकड़ के मुझे गाड़ी में बिठाने की पूरी कोशिश की। फिर उसने अपने दोस्त को कहा कि इसके ऊपर गाड़ी चढ़ा।
The case of the 4-year-old who was stabbed over 80 times has sent shockwaves across Lucknow. Could the cops have stopped the brutal rape and murder of the 4-year-old child? The crime scene is barely 600 meters away from the Gomti Nagar police station. Had the cops been more vigilant, the crime could have been stopped. But they may have been busy elsewhere, making denials and excuses. Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
The miraculous and inspiring journey of Malala Yousafzai. In October last year, she was shot in the head by Taliban gunmen in Pakistan's Badlands because of her campaign for girls' rights. Just 10 months later, she celebrated her 16th birthday, addressing more than 500 students at a specially convened youth assembly at the United Nations. An inspiring figure for millions around the world, the teenage phenomenon from the world's most dangerous place, Pakistan's Swat Valley, has spent the months recovering what would have killed anyone with less spirit. But with the bullet in her head removed and with the will to claw back to a normal life, Malala has become representative of the quiet, gritty resolve of millions against oppression and terror in Pakistan and the entire region.
Want education for the sons and daughters of the Taliban and all the terrorists and extremists. I do not even hate the Talib who shot me. Even if there is a gun in my hand and he stands in front of me, I would not shoot him.
Her speech was a first since the horrific ambush in the Swat Valley last year. Malala can take nearly singular credit for calling global attention to the issue of women's education in her region. In a speech, she called on world leaders to make education compulsory to fight terror. And here are some other stories making the headlines. The Supreme Court has refused to stay the probe against senior Congress leader Jagdish Titler in the 1984 anti-Sikh riots probe. The Supreme Court refused to entertain his plea for a stay, saying it won't interfere since the matter is pending before the High Court. A trial court had ordered a re-probe against Titler in the case. Meanwhile, the Madras High Court has ordered a fresh autopsy on the body of the Dalit boy Ilavarasan. ET has said the autopsy will be carried out by a team of 3 doctors from AIIMS. The boy's family had refused the first report that said he had committed suicide. Infosys shares shot up nearly 11% after the company announced its first quarter results. The company beat market estimates, post 3.7% quarter-on-quarter profit. It also maintained a 6 to 10% revenue guidance for the full year. The centre has told the Supreme Court that it cannot block international porn websites. The centre told the Apex Court during a hearing on a PIL that it's extremely difficult to block such international websites. The court has asked the centre to come up with an appropriate mechanism in 4 weeks. The PIL filed by an Indore-based advocate says that watching obscene videos is one of the major causes of crime against women. Veteran actor Pran is no more. The villain of the millennium, the bad man with a golden heart, Pran died at the age of 93. The actor had been admitted to Mumbai's Lilavati hospital after a chronic illness made his condition serious earlier this week. Doctors said yesterday that his condition was stable after he had been hospitalized, feeling uneasiness in breathing. His family members were at his bedside when he breathed his last. The 93-year-old actor was given the Dada Saheb Phalke Award, the highest honor in Indian cinema, on May 10th at his residence in Mumbai. Because of poor health, Pran could not make it to the 60th National Film Awards ceremony held in Delhi in May. Timeless and best known as the villain in Zanjeer, Pran acted in over 400 movies in a career spanning over 6 decades and played a vast range of roles, from a hero to a villain to a character artist. And we leave you with this immortal song of Pran. Hum bolega to bologe ki bolta hai. Keep watching Headlines Today for more updates and news.
Ay, 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 ay.
हम बोलेगा तो बोलोगे के बोलता है, हम बोलेगा तो बोलोगे के बोलता है। एक मेम साहब है, साथ में साहब भी है, एक मेम साहब है, साथ में साहब भी है। मेम साहब सुंदर सुंदर है, साहब भी खूबसूरत है, दोनों पास पास है, बात खास खास है। दुनिया चाहे कुछ भी बोले बोले, हम कुछ नहीं बोलेगा। हम बोलेगा तो बोलोगे के बोलता है, हम बोलेगा तो बोलोगे के बोलता है। हमरा एक पड़ोसी है, हमरा एक पड़ोसी है, नाम जिसका जोशी है, वो पास हमरे आता है और हमको ये समझाता है। ये जब दो जवां दिल मिल जाएंगे तब कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा। ये जब दो बादल टकराएंगे तब कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा। दो से चार हो सकते हैं, दो से चार हो सकते हैं, 4 से 8 हो सकते हैं, 8 से 7 हो सकते हैं। जो करता है पाता है।